as a deductionist, mind reader, mentalist, whatever word you want to call it, there's one salient truth that goes along with it all, is that we as a group try to, through various earthly means, see, hear, read things that are invisible. We try to read things that are invisible, things that cannot be seen normally. Someone's thoughts. Our mental health plays a very big part in what can and cannot be seen. So in order for this next experiment to work, I'm going to have to manipulate the way a whole lot of people see things. Because if it's not given some sort of control, then it can lead to be a pretty big killer. Many have fallen foul of this already, and many more will if something isn't done. And it's something that I believe that the great man, even Sherlock Holmes, would struggle to see. Right, so what we've got is an array of people from all walks of life, right? I want you to just take a few moments, genuinely, to just have a look at each one in detail. Some you'll recognise, some you won't, right? Some names have been changed for anonymity purposes, because some things might be to do with personally them, and I don't want, as I'm putting this out on the internet, I don't want it to be backtracked in case they don't want it, you know, I encroach on any laws or whatever. So just take a few moments. I'm going to step back. You're just going to look over all of them, see what details jump out at you, see what details don't, and then I'm going to ask you about, let's call them positive people, and let's call it the negative side, because there's going to be two distinct groups. Okay, I'm trying to be as, I'm trying to not lead as much in my language as possible, but it's important, like I said before we go into this, that I've not said to you, be it sport, just choose this name or choose this person. You've got free decisions of not only who you choose, but how many of them you want to pick up. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So you just get a few moments of that till you're happy that you've looked over them all. I'll just stand at one side, then I'll shut my mouth. Okay. Cool. Right. So, yes or no, have you got a few negative names in mind? Yeah. Yeah? How many? Just clarify. Two. Two. Perfect. Right? And at this stage, there's no way for me to know precisely who they are. Is that correct? Correct. Perfect. So, I'm just going to pick up this one, right? Okay. So, was this one of your positive or negative names?
It's a positive.
It's a positive. So what jumps out at you that's particularly positive about this person?
Just looks friendly.
Looks friendly?
Yeah. Got a nice,
cool. Nice smile. Natural. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Now logic dictates, with there only being two that you've chosen, I could pick any of them. Let's go with this guy, right? Positive or negative? I could go out on a limb and say he was one of the positive ones, as you've only picked two. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So what strikes you about this guy in a positive nature then?
Off the picture, he just looks like a genuine...
Just a genuine, humble bloke?
Yeah.
I mean, don't let me put words in your mouth.
No, that's what I was aiming for.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So, do you recognise many of these people? Hopefully you will.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you recognise that guy over there? Yeah? I would ask you what screams out positively about this, but you didn't choose me as a negative one, did you?
No, but I'm starting to.
Okay, that's my security badge picture.
That is a proper mugshot.
Yeah, it is a proper mugshot. That's my security badge picture. Okay, so rather than me just go through 28 times and fail, tell me the two people that you chose negatively.
John and Jordan.
Where's John? This John?
Yeah, and
Jordan?
Yeah.
Right. So what strikes you negatively about these two? I mean, I could think what strikes negatively about this guy, but Again, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm asking you for your thought process.
Just a smile on that one.
Smile on that one?
Yeah.
And this guy?
Same again. The smile looks a bit forced on that one.
Okay, so I'm going to put these ones up here on the arm, right? And I draw your attention to this. I don't want to touch it, but if you would just pick it up and take out what's inside. 2 pictures, both. If you want to take the post-it notes off, so take the post-it notes all the way off so we can see.
So they're the 2 I've just taken out the envelope.
And just for...
There's nothing else in there.
Yeah.
We're empty.
I love this sort of dramatic sentiment that many people do of...
I wanted to.
As if to overstate. No, it's my house, I can get away with it. So, I asked you initially to split these guys up into positive and a negative group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you did.
Yep.
You did exactly that. But you did it backwards.
Okay.
Because these are negative people, but they never killed anyone. This guy is apparently, he was a really famous robber.
Right.
And the Wolf of Wall Street, you might know of him, never actually killed anyone. Which raises interesting questions, doesn't it? Now, like I said, you shouldn't feel bad about any of this, right? And neither should the people at home, because they'll be thinking the same thing. I blatantly manipulated the way you were going to think about this. Blatantly, right. Blatantly. There's one more killer amongst these lovely people, and something that I would argue even Sherlock himself couldn't see, because he maybe had a touch of it himself. It's somewhat of an invisible disease that affects all walks of life, from anyone, from the young to the old, to the tall, to the short. Everyone faces a struggle. So in short, I reckon we should always be nice, because somebody is always facing a battle that we don't truly understand, ourselves included.